this. This is going to be interesting. Hi, good morning. This is Mike from Pipe Doctor. I'm here for your appointment. I don't know if I'm at the right house. You have the big front driveway?
Yes.
I'm at your front door.
I'm going to be there soon. Let me tell my daughter to open the door and let you in.
Okay. How soon will you be here?
Okay. I'm going to be there like in 20 minutes.
Okay. And I'm here for some maintenance, I believe.
I didn't. Could you repeat?
I'm here for some heating maintenance.
Yes. You're the right person.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Let me take a look what you have, and then I'll call you back with what the costs are involved.
No, I'm going to come. I'm going to meet you.
But you're going to be here in 20 minutes. So I'm not going to, we charge for our time. I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes waiting for you. I'm going to start working, but I need to see what you have.
I'm going to come. I'm going to come now.
Okay.
Give me 15 minutes. I'm going to be there.
Ma'am, what should I do for 15 minutes?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. I don't know. What would you like me to do for 15 minutes? My time isn't free. I'm normally, I'm here on time. Would you like us to reschedule for another time?
No, I have to get it done. Give me 10 minutes. I'm going to be there in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so waiting on you for over 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Right here. Okay.
Okay. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Many months later.
Let's go down the red stairs. Let's see what we see in here. We got some kind of blue boiler there. And you can tell by the relay that it's going to be a hydronic boiler. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's like Fort Knox here.
What?
It's like Fort Knox.
Well, I told him when he's behaving like a monkey, like he goes in cages. He does act like a little monkey. Okay.
You're not going to lock me in here, are you?
Depends on how you behave.
Well,
She said she'll be here in 5 minutes, so I don't know. You know your job.
well, I don't know all I know is I was told you want maintenance. Yes?
From what I heard, I didn't even pay attention to her. There's a whole carbon buildup or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. How do you open it? You gotta look at it. It's shut down right now. This
I
switch,
see that. Yeah, everything's off.
Yeah, this switch.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn that on, but who said that? Where do you get this carbon?
I think she HomeServe comes in.
HomeServe came here? Okay.
Yeah, HomeServe, but they don't do
Carbonized boilers.
They don't know. They don't do certain things like in the package.
Yeah.
I think they just do like I don't know. She has the whole whatever.
Do you know who installed this Home Depot water heater?
That was in 2001. I can't remember.
Well, Sunday, November 30th, 2022. Do we know who installed that?
I wasn't here.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Rian, why?
It's wrong.
It is.
Yeah.
The reason I don't know, I don't want to hear about anyone who comes to fix anything in here. So please, do not stress me. I'm just opening the door.
Okay.
I don't care.
Well.
And to tell the truth, now from tonight, we're gonna be extremely hot.
Extremely hot.
The doggy and I sleep with the window open all last
Yeah. Oh, you just rent here or live here temporarily? Oh, okay.
And the window last night at 1 o'clock, the first window opened. By 4 o'clock, we had to open both windows.
Gotcha. I don't see any real carbon. What's that? I will document everything first so everyone is on the same page. Alright, so I just took a look at that video of the underside of the cast iron heat exchanger of the block, and you see a little bit of carbon there, probably because some knucklehead messed up with the pilot burner and the flame is too big. And a little bit of carbon there build up, but let's take a look at the diverter, and not too shabby. Let's see inside there. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. A little bit there. Yeah. Here's what it is. I fired up the boiler. Weird how some knuckleheads install systems. We have 1, 2, 3 zone boiler. Got this water heater installed with this 4x3 reducer. We have the 6x3 smoke Y there. And you have this 55 gallon, 50,000 BTU water heater. 50,000 BTU water heater with a 3-inch flue. And they looks like they didn't use the one that came with it. They used one that was on the old boiler, and they figured they'd make it work. Oh, is it tequila? Agave. And my 15 minutes of fame are now up because I've been here for 16 and a half minutes now. And the homeowner who said she'll be here in 10 minutes is no longer here. And if I was a master plumber in another state, a red tag state, like Florida or South Carolina, where I'm licensed as well, I would turn off that gas and cap it, because this is the definition of a Home Depot install. You see that, Reem? I know you guys don't care, but it's been that way for 3 years. Hi.
I apologize. I so apologize. Okay, so this is it. Something light.
Okay. What am I here to do?
So I deal with Home Serve. You know, that's a company you come in with.
Yes.
So when like a month ago, he came to light it, and when he came, he said he can't because it have too much carbon.
Yeah, I saw some carbonization on the underside of the boiler. Yeah.
So he said until I get it clean,
You shouldn't run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he relit the pilot, I guess.
The what?
He relit the pilot because it was lit when I got here. It was on.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. Yeah. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about the person or persons who installed the water heater and putting everyone's lives in jeopardy by the way it's installed. It's wrong.
Can I tell you something?
Let me finish first, though.
Sorry.
I want you to speak, but I also want to stress the importance of this. If we were in any other state that gives plumbers the authority to force a house to be safe, I would be disconnecting the gas from the water heater and leaving. because I don't want to even be here right now, right? So there are rules called code that plumbers and mechanical trades need to follow to protect the occupants of the structure that we're working in. So, for example, if I were to install something unsafe and the family die of carbon monoxide poisoning, that's criminally negligent homicide, right? And best believe someone will be held responsible. Hopefully, I don't never experience that. But the water heater, right? This piece came with the water heater, which is resting on top of it. They decided to use the piece that came with the old water heater, and because it didn't make this piece work, they put this on there, which is called a reducer. You shall never reduce exhaust piping because it can spill out of the piping, this is called an opening. This is called a diverter, by the way. I don't want to confuse it, but it helps the exhaust gases, which contain like carbon monoxide amongst other things, go up the chimney. Right? So if that wasn't there, it would have a hard time running. You have an unusually larger water heater that I noticed right away, and then when I took a closer look at it, I was like, well, I figured this came from Home Depot, right? But it's a 55-gallon water heater. I've never really seen one ever in my life that runs on natural gas. So that's the first, and I am a licensed plumber in not one state, but 3 states, right? And, but obviously, listen, it's unusual. Right, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the water heater. I'm talking about the way it was installed. So the first thing I noticed when I saw that, I was like, well, how much gas does it use? And I looked at the plate, and that's when I saw it was a 55-gallon water. I was like, wow, this is very interesting. So then I noticed how much gas it uses. Now, that 3-inch or that smaller pipe that goes into your chimney, that was there with the old water heater, right? Because I'm experienced, right? And they installed this water heater, which is probably the only thing that they had, and they made it work, right? But they made it work in an unsafe fashion. Right, the pipe that's there was probably okay for the old water heater, which used a certain amount of gas, which is less than what this uses. But this uses a lot more gas than that can handle, and you're putting, things, people's lives in danger, and that really should be corrected. Forget about the boiler, which I guess it works, but even that, it's just weirdly installed. Just like that is like weirdly installed and whatever, but. My only concern at the end of the day, I don't care about, fixing a boiler, fixing a water heater, fixing an HVAC system. If it's not running safely, that's my biggest concern. So and some people appreciate that, and very few, small few, don't really care. And then I was like, before they throw me out, I actually leave. Because I don't, if you don't care about, it's done wrong and there's a potential problem and that could harm people, then I don't want nothing to do with it, and I was never here. But you need to make changes here. The boiler, listen, it has an issue there. It's an older boiler. I'm not saying replace it, but how much money do you want to throw at this thing that's near its it's a senior in age of systems. How old is this boiler? How long have you lived here, by the way?
I moved in here in just after 9/11 in 20.
Oh, so about 25 years almost.
Yeah.
Was it here already?
No,
You put it in?
Yeah.
Ah, right after you moved in? So it's about 20 years old? Okay. Back to the boiler. Forget about that for now, because it's been like that since November 30th, Sunday, November 30th, 2022. It's been like that forever, just maybe keep the window open here for some more air. But back to the boiler. It's not as a simple, because there's carbon buildup on the inside of it. I took a camera and I looked inside the bottom, and you can see where this unusually bright flame is. You see, that's not normal, that flickering. It's usually like more of a bluish flame, and it's a smaller flame. So that has been going on for a while. Probably when someone relit the pilot and they had to change a part to make it work. But I also put a camera inside here on the top, and you can see the carbon there as well. The boiler is not completely carbonized; it's partially carbonized. Okay. If this was my house, people ask me, "What would you do?" Listen, there's a lot of things that are just weird here. I would just redo it all, but I have the luxury because this is my profession, and I would do it on a weekend, and deal with it, and get it over with. But that's what I would do. But we could, and not today, but we could. And if anything, we would schedule a cleaning of this. I would make sure it's burning safely today. And the next couple of weeks, we'd come and scrub the boiler clean and then make repairs so it doesn't reoccur. Or you budget for a replacement. And the replacement means both.
Mr. Mike, my husband passed. He was taking care of everything.
I'm sorry for
And I
your
am
loss.
so tired.
I'm sorry.
I'm so tired, but guys coming in here, taking advantage even with my car, the mechanic I was using, and he never reset anything. And then until I take the car to a specialist, and everything, the list they gave me is everything this guy in this mechanic shop did. And then he says, Miss, I can't fix your vehicle. It's going to keep broken down. I says, okay, I'll make the sacrifice and I'll change it. That's the, when I saw your video, when I started looking and I saw what you were doing, I look at that video and I look anything again. I say, this is the guy.
Well, thank you.
Because when I see you talk about the pigtail and then you had that little thing that you were testing, I am for safety, but I don't know who to trust.
I understand.
And they all come here and they tell me something and I don't know. And they get charged and they go.
So I see you've had home serve here for
Yeah.
a number of years.
Yeah,
Going back to 2018.
yeah.
They replaced a pump and a pilot, and then they came here, it looks like every couple of years, and then
Every year.
in 2021 they were here 3 times
Yeah.
with the relay issue, which they probably replaced that.
They replaced
And
that.
then they did a tune-up, and then they skipped a year, 2024. They replaced the lead with Husky. I don't know, Lend. I don't know what that is.
You see, I don't know what it might take.
And then bleed system in January of this year. And then they were here, left off SDDT and chimney block gave something info. So let's be realistic here.
Yeah, let me know.
Right. The water heater. We'll start with the water heater. Now it's made by a major manufacturer called Ream. It's just an unusual size, right? I
be smaller.
no, it's just an unusual. Listen. I've been in the plumbing trade since like right after 9/11. Right. I used to be in IT when I was younger, in my late teens, and then I got a job as a steam fitter. And I've been doing plumbing ever since. But I also picked up HVAC, about 15 years ago. Anyway, I just never seen a gas-fired 55-gallon water heater. That is what you have in front of you.
So how much?
So you have a 40, you have a 50, you have a 75. Those are the standard ones. Once in a blue moon, you'll come across a 30-gallon, in a small like bungalow-style house with 1 bathroom. But have a 55-gallon water heater.
See what they do.
Yeah, so it's also Home Depot, because I know it came from Home Depot because it's the stickers on there, and I know it's a Home Depot water heater.
So
right?
they would tell me, okay,
But-
we're charging you $1,000. We are going to get it. So they go and they do everything. And
If you paid $1,000 for everything, you got a great deal. You really did. Because I had a customer yesterday who also had a Home Depot water heater. It wasn't a 55-gallon, it was a 50. And she paid $5,000 for it, right? And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I didn't even want to say what we charge because she'll like fall down on the floor and die, right? Because that's just high, whatever. For a Home Depot contractor to charge $5,000 to install a water heater on top of the cost of the water heater, that's thievery. I'm sorry. And unfortunately, there are some contractors out there that get away with it. But there's nothing wrong with the water heater. It's the way it's installed. Now, we could fix that and make that right. We need to, that pipe going into your chimney needs to be the right size, and the pipe leaving that pipe going into the chimney, going to the water heater needs to be the right size.
Oh, and
other than that,
then it would work.
yeah, then it's
safe.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
be safe.
as long as yes, correct.
Okay.
And as long as the water heater, doesn't leak, it's fine, and it's not leaking. It's working, whatever. But I'm not saying replace the water heater. I'm just giving you food for thought.
Yes.
With regards to the boiler, it's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Does it have another 10 years left? I have no idea. Could it die tomorrow? Unlikely. But it's 25 years old. And listen, in some cases, unfortunately, because of just the way anything man-made is subject to failure, I've replaced boilers that are 3 years old, and I've replaced boilers that are close to 100 years old, right? But it's 25-ish years old. Does it have X amount of time left? Yes. What X is, I have no idea. So to make what you have here go away and to rejuvenate this boiler is going to require a certain amount of expense. Is it the price to replace the boiler? Nowhere near that, but it's still going to be a considerable expense to take this boiler apart, clean it the right way, and then fix what's going on so it doesn't reoccur. Because if you spend all this money cleaning it and then you don't fix the problem, well, it's going to come right back, right? So, and it could be, you know, redoing the ignition control system on the gas valve, things like that, or it could be as simple as replacing a pilot valve. The pilot burner. I really have no idea. But what I do know is that it turned on and there was no flame rollout, which you normally sometimes have, and there are components on this boiler that would turn off. So if I turn this boiler on, it fires up and it heats the water in the house. And I will get a tool out of my truck and we will test to see if it's burning okay enough for it to be left on for now. That will get worse. And you need to do something. Either you're going to have this fully clean or you're going to replace. And I'm always saying replace because the boiler is not, you know, like 8 or 12 or 15 years old. It's almost 25 years old. And it's something that you need to consider. And I can just give you the info. I'm not going to say you have to replace the boiler because that's not true, right? You can, and you can fix it. Those two choices are yours. But one thing to keep in mind, if you spend X amount of money with the figure, calculate it, right? And the next week or next year or next month, another component dies. And now you have no heat. And I'm like, oh, I spent all this money and now it's dead again. I'm like, well, it's not dead, right? It works. It's just not burning the way it should. And there's a carbonization issue in there. Well, let's say like the relay dies or the circulator dies or there's a pressure issue. That's more added expense. So the reason why I'm saying this is because, like a car, you mentioned the car, and I'm sorry you got, you know, bamboozled by these people who are just not ethically or morally, you know, right with God. You know, God will, you know, higher power will do them when they get judged. But if it was a newer boiler, you know, we would be having a replacement conversation, make repairs, have a nice day. But it's an older boiler, so let's say you make a repair today, and then let's say next month or a few months from now something else breaks, and that's another repair, and then the following year another major repair. When you add it, and I've been doing this for quite some time, so when you factor in all those major repairs, sometimes it's better to, you know what, let's not deal with this anymore, put a brand new boiler in. Now here's a monkey wrench, because I tell it like it is. You say you saw my video on this and blah blah blah. I tell it like it is, right? So let's say hypothetically you give me X amount of dollars, and I give you a brand new boiler. Guess what? It's man-made. It's subject to failure at any given time. But that's why there's warranties. Right? So let me go get a tool from the truck. I want to measure what the exhaust gases are here. If they're crazy, we're going to have to do something relatively quickly. If it's
Mike,
yes.
I trust you so
Okay.
much.
I'm doing my job.
You are one of the first people, and you know what makes me trust you?
I saw a video where I'm very
And
transparent.
listen, and I am cold because I feel cold very quickly. So I went home before and I
Avoid
did
heaters.
But I'm so scared of heaters. I'm so scared.
You should not let them run unattended. Let me go get a tool from the truck. And correct me if I'm wrong, folks. I'm just spewing knowledge and facts. Don't hate. Learn something new today.
People now, really, really difficult.
Yep. All right, so we're in sensor protection. Let's see if we can make an adjustment. And in case you're wondering, folks, we scheduled for Monday, which is 4 days from right now, the flue pipe replacement on the water heater, including that 6x3Y is going to become a 6x4Y. Disassembly of the cabinet of the boiler, scrubbing that down. Am I in the right place? And last but not least, probably should have went that way. Fudge. Oh, fudge. A quote which included, if needed, the gas valve and of course the pilot burner assembly with the pilot tubing. Stick around. Fully transparent, keeping it real. And she found us because of our promotion of transparency with our clients. That's how we roll when you call Pipe Doctor. Keeping it real. We're not a shyster, and I'm not going to bamboozle you either. Catch you in the next one.